kind of format they want, what kind of format they want. And after that, after that you prepare all the file format. Even they will tell you what type of font they want in their text, what type of space, line spacing, and size of font, type of font, everything they will write. And like in the Word document, left and right and top and bottom margins, everything they will tell you. So once they will do a quality check, so quality check will be, they will check these things, whether those things conform to the journal's format or not. And after that, one handling editor will be assigned, and that handling editor will send your manuscript to some reviewer. And the the method of choosing the peer reviewer, as I told you previously. And they will, after that, you will just have to wait. And you will, some journals will send you emails in between also, like they will tell you that this handling editor, they will give you name. But for peer reviewer, they will not give you name, that will be anonymous. And in, there are two types of system, one is double blind peer review, one is single blind. So in single blind, peer reviewer's name is anonymous, and in double blind, peer reviewer's name is anonymous and author's name is also anonymous. So in double blind, even the peer reviewers will not know, whether this work was done by which authors, because they will take author's name in a different file. And in the manuscript, you cannot write anywhere name in this method. So that is that, both have pros and cons. Because uh, sometimes if you have published many papers in that field, so it affect the outcome. Because but in double blind peer review system, there is means the peer reviewer will not know who is the author. So he will just focus on the content of the manuscript. And then basically, when handling editor will find the peer reviewers according to keywords, and then you have to wait. And you will wait for 1 to 3 months while the manuscript is reviewed by either one expert or two expert or three expert. And then I told you how they select the peer reviewers. Next, Dharmenji. Then the editor and the editorial board consider the reviews. So in these 1 month or 2 month or even 3 months, even it can be longer also, and you have to track it. And usually you should start emailing them after 2 months, that please see, please see our this so how you write all manuscripts will be given one number, one identification number. So you write that identification number, and you write title of your paper, and you ask the editorial office, please tell the editorial status, because we have submitted this 2 months back. Now what happened, whether the peer reviewers have given their reviews. So based on reviews, let's say if it has been reviewed by 3 reviewers, two said that paper should be revised based on these suggestions, these comments. They will give some comments. So, and one say reject. Then usually editor will read the reports, and also editor will read the paper, and then editor will decide whether it should be rejected or. But in a fair game, if two reviewers have suggested and asked for revision, and one reviewer said that it should be rejected, then paper will not be rejected. Paper will be sent back to authors with the list of comments which basically these reviewers have given, and authors will have to write response of their comments, and also in the light of those responses they have to modify the manuscript, and they have to add that extra analysis which those reviewers are asking. And then you have to submit one point by point response. Whatever they have asked, you have to give in point to point response, and you have to submit revised form of the text, including some new data or graphics or charts or graphs, whatever they have asked. And then you have to prepare these well without any typos or any mistakes, and then you will send these files again. You will submit these files again to the journal, and then editor will read it again, and in usual case editor will send it to those peer reviewers which have reviewed in the previous cycle, and they will sell they will they will they will they will evaluate it again based on their previous comments, and if they will be satisfied, then they will accept it. And when they will accept it, so again it will be sent to that peer reviewer also who have rejected it. Basically it depends upon editor, whether editor want to send him or editor want to just send to those who were willing to revise, who were asking to revise the manuscript. Then finally these reviewers will give their judgment again, and then everything will come to the editor, handling editor, and then handling editor based on the documents will give his judgment. And then everything editor in chief will read. So it is a three tier system, like in our train bogies. So so then when the editor in chief will be satisfied, he will finally give okay and send a final email that your paper has been accepted for publication. So next, yeah, so possible outcomes are rejection. As I said, after first round of review or after second round of review also this happens. So first tears and then anger. This is not merely a rejection, it's a bloody execution. And this basically rejection is the part of life if you are a researcher. So next, Dharmenji. So usually editors are supposed to act as an informed judges, weighing up the strength of your argument against any criticism raised by the reviewers. However, when editors are stretched for time and the reviewers are unpaid experts of variable quality, the peer review process may treat your manuscript with disregard. Yep, this is very good point. I told you this is a thankless job. They will not pay you anything. So sometimes it happens that you don't want to do it. So you will do it in a very lethargic way, and without any without any interest. And then the outcome, like if some peer reviewer's wife has scolded him in the evening, then at that night he will open his email box and reject your paper straight away. So this may happen. Even this may happen that the handling editor came to know that his wife has affair with somebody else. So that may happen that he will pissed off and he will come and immediately there is a one email in his inbox, and that is for your paper. So he may straight away reject your manuscript because he is not paid and nobody will ask anything. So if you are not paid, you will not act responsibly. But these are apart from jokes. So these were jokes. But 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 being a responsible member of scientific community, we should we should dispense. This is our duty. Otherwise, who will do that? Means if we publish something, same job, our colleagues or our peers who are sitting maybe in Patna, or who are sitting in London, or who are sitting in Stony Brook, or who is sitting in Canada, British Columbia, they will do for us. So we should do for them also, and we should do in a fair manner so that science will progress. We should suggest improvement in the analysis. So that's why it is that, but it should be incentivized. It should it Peer reviewer should get some money or some incentivization. But there is a danger that if they will give money, then some people will start doing over. Like they will start accepting 5 manuscripts per day to earn more. Then there will be again problem. So there should be some mechanism, like they should say that one reviewer can do only 2 manuscripts in a month, and then it can work in a better way. Okay, next. So if rejected, move to the next journal. So this is the idea. So basically, what we do in practical, we make a list of journals where we are targeting our paper based on, because we know, like I said, we know what kind of work we are doing. So we know in that area what kind of journal we should select. So we should like what I ask my students, you make 3 or 4 folders. In each folder, one journal, formatted files for one journals ready. As soon as it will rejected, we will send it to another journal without wasting time. And usually if it is well written manuscript, you will send 4 times or 5 times or 6 times, sometimes even more. Then it will be reviewed and it will be accepted. So my supervisor used to say that when I was doing my PhD some 15 years ago, that every ball has its hole. So if you have written a manuscript, some valid results, it is a ball, and it will find its hole, and it will go and it will be published. Similarly, means you should have list of journals, and where decent journals where you want to publish, and then you try one by one. And every time what you do, even paper is rejected, then also you get some comments. So every time what you do, you basically you imply those comments in your manuscript. When you next time you will send, you will incorporate those suggestions. Then manuscript will improve because some expert has read that and given suggestion. Okay, so move to the next journal. If you have a case, write to editor with a clear yes. Sometimes it happens, like I told, that 2 reviewers have given comments and they ask that a revision should be submitted, and the third reviewer has rejected it. But editor has, either handling editor or editor in chief has rejected, because at that day he has a bad mood. So what you have to analyze it. Whatever you get comments, you have to analyze it very calmly, and you see whether I can answer all the comments. Then you should make your case and you should write down everything systematically. Even it is rejected, you should approach to editor in chief with a point by point response, that all the comments, and you write in the bottom that we are able to address all the comments raised by all three reviewers, and in the previous round only one reviewer among the three has rejected our manuscript. Still you have rejected it. Please reconsider our request. Please reconsider our work again. Sometimes, means there is a 50% chance, obviously probability, either he will reject again and he will give some logic, or he will say, okay, now I have accepted and I will send it again to those peer reviewers for next round. And then in the final time, maybe your rebuttal. So we call it rebuttal letter. This point by point response, we call it rebuttal, because we rebut their their uh, their arguments. We rebut. We say, okay, we have now changed this analysis and now your query is satisfied. Okay, next. Next, Dharmenji. Okay, one more desirable come. You are requested to submit a revised manuscript. This is good. You obtain unqualified acceptance in the first round. This happens very rare. So I have published 80 plus, something 83 or something like that, Scopus Index papers. And it happened only one time in 83 papers, that whatever draft we have submitted, it did not come back with comments. It is directly accepted and published. So it is very rare, and that you should celebrate if it happens. So there was one of my PhD student in when I was working in Central University of Himachal Pradesh. Her name was Nitika Chaudhary. Now she is a lecturer in degree college there. So she wrote a manuscript which was just perfect, and it got accepted. We sent after 2 months. I wrote an email that our manuscript was submitted 2 months back. There was reviewer, two reviewers, they wrote accept this manuscript, and editor accepted without any comment. And it was in a good journal, means 5 impact factor journal. Okay, next. Key features of well-written articles: beauty of style and harmony and grace and good time depend on simplicity. So Plato called beauty of style and harmony and grace and good rhyme depend on simplicity. So it is really a key of success in publishing. You should write very simple sentences, very clear and very simple sentences. Means it should be read by some third person who is not directly related to your field. Some maybe he work on thermodynamics and you work in theoretical physics, but he should understand. So this is the key point: a clear, concise, meaningful title which creates interest. You should write very concise, and some journals give you a limit like 50 characters or 80 characters in the title. It should not be very long, and it should explain the spirit, the soul of the manuscript. There should be small sentence which represent complete manuscript. Okay, so what's wrong with this one? the epidemiology of physical activity in children, college students, middle-aged men, menopausal females, and monkeys. This is title. Look at the title. So this title looks so complicated. Even for reading this, I took 3 or 4 minutes. I should read it in 1.5 minutes. Then it is a good title. Means it should be a punchline. जैसे आएगा तो मोदी, आएगा तो मोदी. Yeah, this is created by this kind of punch lines like अच्छे दिन आएंगे. This is created by professionals like Prashant Kishore. So let's go to next. Next, please.
We are little bit late, so please.
Yeah. I will quickly come up. So key features of well-written articles: a clear, concise, and meaningful, which create interest. Of course, better. See the better titles. Super course to end Arab isolation. Nature has published this. Counting birds, bees, and NCDs. Death of biomedical journals. BMJ has published. So very concise and like a punchline. Like I said, आएगा तो मोदी ही, या अच्छे दिन आएंगे. So this is created by these big market gurus. So okay, let's go to next. Okay, an introduction that briefly provides a context for the work presented and explicitly identify the gap in the knowledge address. Okay, so how you write your introduction, you chronologically tell how in this area people have worked, and then you come to that point that it is in the end of the introduction. You will write let's say semi final part. Just before the tail, you write what you write. You write the gap which you will address, and in the tail end of the introduction, you write what you have done in 3 lines, maximum 3 lines. You write what you have done in this manuscript in the introduction. Then if appropriate, detailed description of methodology. Yeah, if after that, if it is a full length manuscript, if it is a letter to editor, then in the letter to editor we don't write subheadings. We write everything in a letter form. Okay, detailed description of material method used, sufficient for other researcher to very important. You should write material and method part. Like in theoretical sciences like statistics, you write only methodology. You don't write material because you don't use it. But in experimental articles, you will write material also. So it should be reproducible. If other people will follow your protocol, they should able to produce same results. They will use same method and material, and they should be able to produce same results. Ideally, it should be like that. Results presented in a logical and clear way. Correct. Next. Obviously, in concise and to the point. A critical and scholarly discussion of the state of the field and
Dr.
contribution.
Arvind, please tell him to sir, please conclude.
We are concluding.
Lecture, Professor Sukla will attend another.
Okay. What are the implications of the result? Okay, you just stepwise define your result, and you compare it with in the discussion part, you compare it existing knowledge in the field. Okay, next. I think it is done. The writing, the writing, what time? So it can take, even you can write the first draft in 1 week, or even it can take 3 months. It all depends upon the subject and the results, how complicated they are or how easy they are to explain. Let's go to next quickly. Okay, the writing process. As a rough guide, it usually takes me about 1 to 104 weeks to draft a paper. So as I said, you can write it in 1 week also, and you can take 100 weeks. it depends what type of paper, what type of content in that. In this office, everyone is treated with respect and dignity. Thank God, we can still be rude to computers. When we are tired, we basically put our depression on computers. Now, when we type, cut. Okay, next. So principal team actively seek out critical readers. When your draft is ready, then give it to people, your friends, your classmates, to read it and to comment and to give some more feedback, and then you improve. First article 15 draft. Best articles will have 5 to 10 rejections. Okay, next. In the last, I will quote Roberts: manuscripts containing innumerable references are more likely a sign of insecurity than a mark of scholarship. If you have cited 300 paper, doesn't mean that your paper is very good. It depends upon the content. So cite where you required, wherever you required reference, cite. Unnecessarily don't cite, even don't self cite to increase your citations. Okay, next. So with this, I end up my session, and you can search my name, and you will find my email. If you have any questions, you can even email me. Thank you very much, because time is short. So if one or two question, if we can take, I don't know.
So we can take one or two questions actually from the participants.
Yeah.
But sir, I have a query.
Yeah.
That these days there is a huge, you can flood edited book chapters. So
Yeah.
everyone is edited some books and invites you for writing some chapters in that book. So how it is authentic or reliable?
So I would say, because I have very closely watched this, and this is like rebook and Reebok.
Okay.
So there is also in market, you can find Reebok in the
Yes.
showroom,
Yes.
and Rebook also.
Yes.
In this that Tibetan monastery, or whatever in Delhi you can go, or this Gaffar market, or Karol Bagh, you can find Rebook also. So
Yes.
these book chapters are nonsense. And there is a, so I was wondering a lot how this business model works, because they ask for people, and they write these useless chapters which never go to a fair peer review, and you just submit, and your chapter is accepted by the editor, because the editor has to complete that 20 chapters, and it will be published. So then I talked to one library expert, and he told me that how it works. So like these big platforms like Elsewhere or Springer, so they sell big plans, like they will send 999 titles. So there will be only 100 books which are of use, and rest they have to made up from these Kula Karkat. So in this way, they need a good title only. So these, I think writing something good in these book chapters is useless, until and unless recently I have written in my life only one book chapter, and that book is that book has published its 130th volume. So that is from Elsewhere, and they paid also. They pay authors. They choose authors. So like this, in for this volume, they choose only 2 people in India, because it was quite subject specific. One was one I wrote, and another one is from IIT Madras. So if that kind of opportunity you get, then you write. Otherwise, these Springer books or CRC books or Elsewhere books, which are non-paid,
Okay, sir.
don't even think to write anything in
Okay.
that.
Thank
That
you.
is useless.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
sir.
Thank you.
Thank
Now,
you,
thank you
sir.
so much,
Your
sir.
lecture was very nice. On the behalf of the Science Tech Institute, myself, Dr. Sushil Kumar Singh, I welcome you. And I also thankful to Professor R.K. Shukla for giving his time. And also thankful to Dr. D.K. Yadav for organizing this conference. The conference was really nice. I invite to Dr. Dharmendra Yadav. Please say some few words, sir.
So, thank you, Dr. Sushil. And first of all, I would like to thank Almighty God for giving this opportunity, this COVID-19 period, that we all have this opportunity to know different gathering and from all over the India and abroad also to organizing such activity. And basically, we are arranging the group of academicians in all over the India and abroad, so that our emerging statistician, our emerging academicians and researchers can get benefited from this. So we are just doing our duty as an academician. And thank you so much to all our senior professors like R.K. Shukla sir for his guidance and support, and to all the participants who believe us. And I hope it will continue in near future also. So, and as an organizing secretary of this event, I am very thankful to all the resource persons for giving valuable time to us and our participants. We are also thankful to all the participants for believing in us. And thank you so much. Now I would like to invite our co-patron.
Okay. I found the workshop very useful for the participants. I thank the learned speaker for giving very information regarding the research, and Yusuf Akhtar is also giving how to write a research paper and how paper is accepted by the Reputed General by taking the following instruction given by the Yusuf Akhtar. So we can get published our result in Reputed General for taking the information given by Yusuf Akhtar. And now I feel like planning another conference also for the benefit of one and all. So let us see in which topic we are planning for next conference or workshop. Thank you again to all participants for joining this workshop.
Thank you.
Thank
Thank you so much, sir, for your valuable guidance and motivation behind all our activities. And it's not possible without your blessings. So, anything, Dr. Sushil?
Everything is fine. Time.
Now I would like to invite one or two participants to give their suggestions or insights about the workshop. So anybody is interested, then he or she can tell about this workshop. Please.
सुशील जी, इसमें हम ये चाह रहे थे कि आखिरी में हम लोग राष्ट्रगान कर लेंगे खड़े होके, जब एंड हो जाएगा तो द एंड में एक राष्ट्रगान हो जाए।
ये तो बहुत अच्छा आपने कहा।
हाँ,
अगर
तो
कोई पार्टिसिपेट
कोई कहना चाहे तो कह दे अपनी बात, व्यू, कोई सजेशन हो, कोई कमेंट्स हो, पॉजिटिव नेगेटिव जो भी, वो हम लोग से बता सकता है कि इन नियर फ्यूचर में हम लोग क्या इम्प्रूवमेंट कर सकते हैं। अगर उनको कुछ चीज इसमें कमी दिख रही हो तो वो हम लोग को सजेस्ट कर सकते हैं। मतलब नहीं कि पॉजिटिव ही पॉजिटिव हो, आप हम लोग की जो कमियां हैं वो भी सजेस्ट कर दीजिए, तो जैसे हम लोग नेक्स्ट टाइम सबके बेनिफिट की चीजें हों। तो कोई भी बताए, कोई 2-3 लोग बोल दें इसमें, या किस टॉपिक पे वो चाहते हैं आगे इन नियर फ्यूचर, तो हम लोग उसको भी ध्यान रख सकते हैं।
Yeah. If they are interested to any particular topic, then we can also organize.
Yeah.
So the participants are very important component for our activities.
Yes.
Because we all are here because of them.
Again, participant, please say something and please suggest for further.
Yeah, they can unmute themselves and say comments.
और हम ये चाहेंगे ग्रुप बना रहेगा तो इसी पे इन फ्यूचर में भी अगर ये लोग कोई कमेंट करना चाहें या कोई इन्फॉर्मेशन लेना चाहें तो हम लोग दे सकते हैं इनको.
Yes, definitely, sir. We all are connected with our participants.
Yeah.
They are different groups and emails, and we will inform them whenever we conduct such activities in near future. So I think it's a high time to say bye to all the participants. And it was
Mr. Dharmen,
Yes.
as per suggestion of Professor R.K. Shukla, sir,
yes.
we need to stand
Yeah.
and
Please. We all request our participants to stand for our national anthem.
कोई एक जन शुरू कर दे बस उसी पे हम लोग चल देंगे.
Yes.
यस शुरू करिए 1 2 3. जय
गणमन अधिनायक
की जय हे भारत भाग विधाता.
पंजाब सिंध गुजरात मराठा द्राविड़ उत्कल
बंग विंध्य हिमाचल जमुना गंगा उच्छल जलद तरंगा. तब शुभ नामे जागे तब शुभ आशीष मांगे गाए तब जय दाता. जनगण मंगल दायक जय हे भारत भाग विधाता.
जय हे
जय हे जय हे. भारत माता की जय. भारत माता की जय.
Thank you.
ओके
Thank you.
इसके बाद कुछ नहीं होता.
again all